Hi, I'm Joanna. Welcome to my missredfox paper art channel. After I showed you in other videos how to prepare and bind simple Japanese style books, I would now like to concentrate on the bindings themselves. But before I begin, if you'd like to learn more about bookbinding and you also like paper crafts in general, I'll be happy if you'd like this video and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any new videos. Thank you. Japan did not only inherit paper, ink, the kanji alphabet and woodblock printing from China, but also bookbinding. The first type was the paper scroll or the hand scroll in the 5th century, and these were introduced much later. The 4-hole binding, this one, originates from China, but there is also a 5-hole binding from Korea, and both styles were used from the Edo period, so 1603. I would now like to concentrate on all the variations of the 4-hole binding. So, this is a 4-hole binding, or yotsume toji, the noble binding, or koki toji, the tortoise shell binding, or kikko toji, and the hemp leaf binding, or asanoha toji. I will show them to you in different videos. These 3 bindings are all variations of the 4-hole binding, so they base on it. If you see, they all have 4 main holes and some other different ones as well. But for all these bindings, the principle is the same. The sewing pattern is the same on the front and on the back side. It's identical. So if this is the front side and this is the back side, and it's identical. You have to imagine the book going upwards from here. So I'll only show the bindings, but it's the same for all of them. You have this pattern on the front side and this pattern on the back side. They're identical here as well. So I'll start with the 4-hole binding or the yotsume toji one. The 4-hole binding, yotsume toji. I'll show you to you in a second how it works. This is an example that I have in a small notebook. If you see, this is the binding like here, and it's the same on the back side and on the front side, and it goes over the spine and over the long edges. This is the finished pattern. I made a template and I will upload the link in the description of this video. I've numbered the holes so it's easier for you to understand when I explain, and you have to think that this is the front and this is the back side, and the book goes in that direction, so like the arrows. So I will start. The idea is that you have 4 holes which are equally spaced. So between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and 3 and 4, the space is identical. Here and here, you can have it a little bit shorter. So it's usually like this in the traditional Japanese books. So you just have to know what height your book is and measure yourself how you like to have it. So there is no rule. So this has to be, I don't know, 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters or so on. Just think about how you'd like it to have it from an aesthetic point of view, and then measure and make yourself a template. But I will upload this template below so you can have an idea how it's made. You probably ask yourself how long your thread should be. So well, that depends on a lot of sizes. How long that one is, how thick your book is, how far away the holes are from the edge, and so on. So you could measure all these gaps, and on the other side as well, because we have the identical pattern, and take into consideration the thickness of your book. And you have a length, and perhaps add 20-30 centimeters to it just to be sure, and then you could give it a try. I have now the experience after so many years, and I know that for book A I need that length of a thread, and for book B another one. But it's better to have a longer thread than to have to make a knot. So this one is 80 and this one is 15.5, and my holes are 2 centimeters away from the edge. Sorry, 3 centimeters. To start, I go in hole 2 from the back of the book to the front of the book. Well, of this cardstock, it's not a book in this case. And I leave about 5 to 10 centimeters of thread, and I could just tape it in place so it doesn't slip away. And then just go around the spine. So we are in hole 2, go around the spine again in hole 2. And the most important thing is to pay attention not to pull your needle through your thread, because otherwise it's not so good. So I have this one and I have this one, and I move to hole number 3 like this and pull tight, and then I go around the spine in hole number 3 again, from the front to the back, and pull tight. On the back I go from 3 to 4, from the back to the front, pull tight, and over the spine or around the spine again in hole number 4. Now I go over the edge of the book. Here's the long edge of the book, again in hole number 4, and pull tight, and we can start to go back now. This one is finished, so close this gap from 4 into 3, close this gap from 3 into 2 on the back side to the front. Now here into hole number 1, from the front to the back, over the spine, over the edge, take your time. And now the only gap that's left behind was this one, so we close it on the back side from hole number 1 into hole number 2, and I have an end of a thread here and an end of a thread here, but I have to knot them. So I could just go back, but then my thread will get loose again, so I have to pull it below one of these existing gaps and into the hole again, so it's like a little knot if you want. So, and now I can put my tape away and make a knot, a double knot, left of the right side and right of the left side, so it's a sturdy one, and then cut. Like this. In the traditional Japanese binding, they start to sew from inside the book, so they hide the knot, but just to show it, it's a little bit easier like this. If your thread is waxed, then the end, the tails will stay in place like this, and it looks neat and nice. So this one is finished now. I will put the links to the videos for all these bindings in the description below as soon as I've published them, so you can watch them all and decide for yourself which one you want to try. If you're new to Japanese bookbinding, I would start with this one. The 4-hole binding is the simplest one, and then noble binding, the tortoiseshell binding, and the hemp leaf binding. This is the most complicated one in my opinion. So start from here, this one, and lastly this one. You can find the patterns in the description as well, a link to them, so you can download them and adapt them to the size of your book. This is 15.5 centimeters, and the holes, the main holes are 3 centimeters away from the edge, but it depends on what you want and how you want your books to look like. So yeah, adapt the patterns accordingly. What I would suggest if you're very new to this kind of binding, don't start with the book. Draw yourself the templates of pieces of cardboard like I did, and then try to sew them and see if you can fill all the gaps in, because this is the idea of this kind of patterns, to have the same pattern on the front and on the back side as well, and then try to make a book. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video, and if so, please like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos on bookbinding and paper crafting soon. If you have any questions, just write them down in the comments and I'll answer them as fast as I can. Thank you so much.